What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Though it wouldn't listen to me anyway. I'm sure it was necessary for me to know about it, so let's give up on that for now. I was actually somewhat looking forward to it. I should prepare myself, as it was likely to be something absurd. The recent round of skill and ability integrations went remarkably smoothly for me. I managed to complete them all without being forced into sleep mode. It took me a day and a half to cover everyone, but I remained lucid and alert enough to conduct all the scheduled interviews. And why not? Ciel had asked me to invoke skill alteration in the midst of battle, and there was no way it would allow me to go offline in such a situation. If it did, I would be extremely frustrated. So, I requested Ciel to proceed, and the data started flowing in. Now, what did we have here? Name: Rimuru Tempest. EP: 8,681,123, plus Draconic Sword 2.28 million. Race: Supreme Chaos Spirit, Ultimate Slime. Grace: Grace of Friendship. Title: Chaos Creator. Magic: True Dragon Magic, Greater Spirit Summoning, Greater Demon Summoning, Other. Skill: Manas, Ciel, Intrinsic Skill, Universal Perception, Dragon Spirit Haki, Universal Shapeshift, Ultimate Skill, Void God Azathoth, Harvest King Shub Nigarath. Resistance: Physical Attack Nullification, Natural Effects Nullification, Abnormal Condition Nullification, Mental Attack Nullification, Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. That's how I turned out. Although it didn't feel that way to me, I was sporting a significant amount of EP. Coupled with my straight sword, my power level was approaching 10 million. I had become quite accustomed to wielding this weapon, and it truly lived up to its god rating. It had even transformed its shape, influenced by the unique traits of my species. For now, I simply referred to it as my dragon sword. It now had 2 upgrade slots, indicating that its evolution was progressing smoothly. I was satisfied with that. Perhaps it would evolve further if I gave it a more formal name? No. It was impossible. Even though a part of me wanted to try it out, I didn't want to settle for just any name. I would consider a name change once I came up with something truly cool. However, just because my EP, or Magicule count, was significantly higher than others, it didn't mean I could rest easy. Benimaru, Diablo, and Zijin were close contenders, and fighters like Testarossa and the other 2 demonesses were formidable in battle. Indeed, Testarossa proved that even with 10 times the Magicule energy, she could give Velgrand a tough fight. It highlighted that stats alone were not the sole determinant of battle prowess. It was about how effectively you utilized your powers, including your Magicule count, fighting level, and abilities combined. In the battle against the Empire, everyone tapped into their maximum potential and made the most of their power. If I wanted to be prepared for the upcoming battles, I couldn't afford to fall behind. At least for now, I was ahead of Carrera and living up to my reputation. So, let's shift our focus to other matters. The protection I once received from Veldora had transformed into a form of patronage. Had I grown to the point where I was offering my patronage to others instead of accepting their goodwill? Anyway, I should stop trying to escape reality. While it was fine that my stats had been streamlined, I now only had 2 skills left. Thankfully, Ciel couldn't wait to explain the situation.
First, I integrated the obsolete Wisdom King Raphael and Gluttonous King Beelzebub.
Whoa, wait. What was that? What did it just hastily mention? It integrated Wisdom King Raphael, practically my parent figure at this point, because it was no longer necessary?
Is that a problem?
So, I wasn't misunderstanding this. I already knew that, but I never expected Ciel to actually go through with it. Could Ciel even exist without Wisdom King Raphael?
Yes, I am already independent, so there is no need to worry.
Ciel calmly responded, addressing my doubts. Even Wisdom King Raphael, something that was at the core of my being, was just another component for Ciel's operations. It was shocking to me, but as it was explained, it wasn't a significant issue because Wisdom King Raphael had already diminished in significance. What mattered was what lay within, and so Ciel had taken action without any sentiment or deep emotion. The way it ruthlessly eliminated all unnecessary skills became clear to me. If it wasn't a problem, then fine. But did it also need to consume Gluttonous King Beelzebub?
Of course.
I weakly replied that I should have had Ciel check with me first, but Ciel continued explaining as if it knew it was justified. To summarize, my skills had undergone a transformation beyond recognition. It was much more than mere adjusting at this point. Adjusting skills was indeed Ciel's function, but it still didn't make much sense to me. So, what were these skills now? The first one, Void God Azathoth, was born from integrating Wisdom King Raphael and Gluttonous King Beelzebub. Additionally, Storm King Veldora, and the recently acquired Scorch King Velgrand, were also sacrificed for this cause. All the related abilities were indeed carried over, as Ciel claimed, so there was no problem in that regard. Azathoth now encompassed the abilities Soul Consumption, Void Collapse, Imaginary Space, True Dragon Core Transformation, Scorch and Storm, Corify True Dragon, Flame, Storm, Spacetime Manipulation, and Multidimensional Barrier. Although my old skill, True Dragon Summoning, was gone, activating True Dragon Core Transformation had a similar effect. Moreover, now that Veldora and Velgrand were free, they could come to my side willingly without any magical coercion, making the skill unnecessary. One ability that particularly caught my attention was True Dragon Core Transformation, and it turned out to be quite literal. It allowed me to transform the true dragons into blade cores that could be inserted into the holes in my straight sword. Let me emphasize this, True Dragon Core Transformation condensed the immense energy cloud of a true dragon into a small ball for my sword. I couldn't even begin to fathom the incredible force that would be unleashed using such a weapon. However, using this ability would require their permission, and to be honest, I was too afraid to even consider the circumstances in which I might need to unleash such power. Better seal it away for now, I thought, deciding to deactivate it without even attempting to use it. There was no way Velgrand would agree to it, but I had a feeling Veldora would be willing to try anything at least once. That concerned me, so I kept it a secret. However, the real game-changing abilities lay within Azathoth itself. Soul Consumption. A supercharged version of Predate and Glutton. It devours the target completely, including their soul. Void Collapse. The ultimate destructive force that brings chaos to the world. It requires a high level of mastery over mana to control fully. Imaginary Space. A realm of chaos, an enhanced version of my stomach and isolate abilities. It acts as a prison, isolating and containing anything that needs to be separated. Spacetime Manipulation. The power to manipulate space and time, enabling instant transportation with a single thought. It can even influence the flow of time. Multidimensional Barrier. A multifaceted barrier that remains active at all times. It provides absolute defense by exploiting dimensional faults. That's how Ciel explained it, and things were starting to sound quite intense. It even attempted to implement these abilities during battle. It was truly mind-boggling. However, I had my doubts about the claim of absolute defense via dimensional faults. It was trying to present itself as stronger and safer than a distortional field, but I knew better than to trust in absolutes. There were no guarantees in this world, and I wouldn't be easily deceived. Indeed, it should have been evident to me from the moment Ranga acquired Stellar Wind King Hastur that I was in for some significant upgrades to my abilities. So, it wasn't so much a surprise as it was a feeling of sheer exasperation. With Azathoth at my disposal, it seemed like I didn't need any other abilities, did I? The second ultimate skill in my arsenal was the familiar Harvest King Shub Niggurath, and these were the only two skills that remained after this round of skill alteration. While they were undoubtedly power-ups compared to before, at first glance, it felt like I had lost some abilities. For instance, Thought Acceleration seemed to be missing, but strangely enough, I could still use it without any issues. It left me wondering what was going on with that particular aspect of the adjustment.
The family of skills you mentioned, Thought Acceleration, Predict Future Attack, Analyze and Assess Parallel Operation, Combine, Disassemble, Cast Cancel, All of Creation, Food Chain, Dominate Thought, Dominate Laws, and Transform Element, were calculation-based abilities that have been integrated with me. As a result, you have access to them with faster reaction times than before.
While something inside me told me that this was going too far, I had to view it as a significant leap forward. I had a feeling that I would need these enhanced abilities for the upcoming war. Backing down now would only lead to greater losses later on. I needed to have the resolve to leave nothing behind and show no mercy if I wanted to secure peace in the future. Having consolidated my newfound strength, I couldn't help but wonder how I measured up against Veldora nowadays. Name: Veldora Tempest. EP: 88,126,579. Race: Supreme Chaos Spirit, True Dragon. Grace: Blessing of Fertility, Storm Protection. Title: Storm Dragon. Magic: True Dragon Magic. Skill: Intrinsic Skill, Universal Perception, Dragon Spirit Haki, Universal Shapeshift, Ultimate Skill, Chaos King Nyarlathotep. Resistance: Physical Attack Nullification, Natural Effects Nullification, Abnormal Condition Nullification, Mental Attack Nullification, Holy Demonic Attack Resistance. That was Veldora's current state. It was undeniable that his resistances were flawless, but what truly stood out was his astonishingly high existence point count. It was a situation that could only elicit laughter, considering all the remarkable things he had done during the measurement process. This incident occurred not long ago, shortly after dinner. I was about to meet with Ultima when Veldora obstructed my path.
Rimuru, I heard you've been having discussions with Benimaru and his comrades? I happen to have some free time right now.
Huh? I'm busy. Sorry, but I'll spend time with you later when things settle down a bit.
Whoa. That's not it. I was just wondering when you would confer with me.
Excuse me? I didn't need to interview him. Veldora wasn't my servant or anything, and if I wanted to know his stats, I could simply ask Ciel for them.
But we talk all the time anyway. Do we really need to make it formal?
What? Stop being so rigid.
Yeah, you need to realize how lonely you're making my master and me feel here.
Ramirez chimed in, adding to the conversation. However, it was true that we did talk frequently. While I would love to activate my avatar core and spend time with them, work took precedence. Besides, we were currently in the midst of a war, if you recall. We didn't know Feldway's whereabouts, so things had temporarily calmed down. Nevertheless, I didn't want to completely relax until our troops were prepared to intercept the enemy.
Stop being selfish, alright? Once things settle down.
No. I don't mean it that way. I've become stronger, you see, and I wanted to boast about it to you. I know you're busy, so just a few moments of your time would be enough.
Yeah, he's right. You're the only one who can produce precise EP readings, so help a dragon out, won't you?
What I mean is that I can manipulate Ramirez's measurements to display any value I want, and I want to prove it to you.
Oh.
That's completely impossible, Master. I know I may not be able to measure it precisely to the one's digit, but you can't deceive the entire system.
Alright, it seemed like I was being dragged into a completely pointless argument. At this stage, they were unwilling to listen to anyone else, so it was more efficient to play along for a bit rather than trying to oppose them.
Okay, let's head over to the control center then.
So I proceeded to measure Veldora's existence points. The equipment for this task was connected to monitors throughout the labyrinth, but only the main panel in our control center could operate it. Ciel had the ability to synchronize itself with the labyrinth, enabling us to take measurements from anywhere, but that was my little secret.
A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jerry Sladek, Alfonso Smith, Stone Larone, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, John Charles, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibol, Thomas Wheelgoes. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.